This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http://ddlc.moe/warning.html. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. What is up guys, MG2005 here, welcome back to some more Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, so in the last episode, I have received a lot of messages. I have a dry mouth, and Yuri came over to my house. And if you didn't catch the last episode, I'm gonna spoil it right now because you're watching a later episode. I don't know why you're watching a later episode without watching the earlier episode, so whatever. Sayori reveals to me that she has deep depression for her entire life. Now, the wiki says she's 18 years old, which I clearly doubt because she is a high school year 2 student, unless she is a repeat. So, yep, I would assume she is 16 or 17. According to Japanese logic, because Japanese are the same as mainland Chinese, they started counting ages from 1 instead of 0. Anyways, let's get on with the story. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She yet again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of ribbon. Thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. And I won't be using the time to burp. What I like to do is write a different word on each paper. We need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What would those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut the pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't be that just be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some people to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you're so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Hoo. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Barbatos. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. If it isn't for Asperger's syndrome. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it is weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know. If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. And it's an interesting to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Why would you be carrying around a pocket knife? Well, probably to cut some tape from your package that arrived last Sunday. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Probably made from stainless steel, tinted blue. Where do you even get a knife like this? curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Barbatos! Why did you do that? Because I'm satanic, you know. Why do you think I'm called Barbatos, huh? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah! She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you were squeamish, I'd go wash it off now. Ah! Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh! Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri... That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ah. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Barbatos, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks into me and like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Barbatos. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? You're calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already has stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the page to the ribbons, we lay them out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the painting tablets. That's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Really? I am not a master of art, not as great as Miss Shiro, but I am so sure that you do not need 6 cups of water to just basically use the painting tablets, because you can barely see the colors if you use 6 or unless you're using the entire tablet and not just a little squirt. That would probably make sense, but it's still you cannot even see the colors if you use a whole cup. Well, who am I to judge? She's a girl. She's probably better at art than me. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. Yep, that's what I'm saying. If you fill up the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Oh. So you don't have a painting plate at all? You do not. Well, a kit of paint. Oh, that's just the painting tubes. But you should actually buy like a painting set with like brushes and sponges and stuff, because that would come with like a separate plate, like a plate with different sections for you to put different colors into. So you really do not need 6 cups of water. But anyways, I don't know how you paint in Japan, other than using like something. I really don't know. I'm not a master of arts, as I said. Taking Yuri's advice, I've decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them onto a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. That's a flag. That's a flag. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? Ah, no, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint ingredients across the banner. Starting with the colors of the sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. So probably you'll need red, orange, yellow, and then a bit of sky blue. Well, probably the middle would be green then. You use a little bit of green to paint the gradients and make it natural. So a little bit of green, sky blue, and dark blue, black. So that's how I would go with it. So, okay, so probably 6 colors: red, orange, yellow, sky blue, dark blue, and then black. That's the 6 colors I would go with. Once it dries, I will write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses the brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. Ah, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's just kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like it when I can spend the time with one other person, even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things a little bit nicer. I think that is all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. And apparently, my alter ego is using a Logitech keyboard and mouse, just like the one I'm using now. I feel that way about things like games and anime, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you would understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Yeah, sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It's just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Who said that actually? History, please. Oh, it's Yuri who said that. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri. Finally, it's cold. Anyways, well, it's just freaking cold wind blowing in. Like 1:17 a.m. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah, is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry, I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Eh? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in the daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist, sent a sense a tingling feeling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Ah, Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Ah, not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here and have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Ah, no, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping that we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time for us as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed. Or anything. Gathering all the things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything you need me to bring in tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait! I kinda say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Barbatos. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get the chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Eh? Ah. Hi, Barbatos. Sayori. Just now we weren't. Hehehe. It's okay, Barbatos. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we will all be together at the festival tomorrow, so... That's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so... I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Ah, well... I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come and see for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri? And how close you got to her? It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Barbatos? I'm supposed to be happy for you. I was scratching my ear. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Barbatos. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't want to trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Barbatos. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Barbatos, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeezes her hand in my own. Fuck, that's my grammar mistake. I need a sip of water, that's what I need. Do you remember how I always said, I know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori. Whenever something that has split paths, I am going to save, so I have more things to juggle around it. I love you. I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings, so there's no way you can like me more than I like you. I should have realized this sooner, but spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you're truly the most important person to me. That's why I accept any of your burdens, and as long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I'll know we'll both be happy. Barbatos. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Barbatos, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let me go again. I love you, Barbatos. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Who said that actually? What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me, but why? Even now, why wouldn't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Barbatos. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again, but no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other, so... I guess that makes my last burp in front of you, and I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? Hehe. What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want everything to be the same as it has always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know I can handle any more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Barbatos. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. If I really get sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Eh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It feels like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I kept wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is this what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know, but I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. This is a death flag, isn't it? It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that is a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably felt the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over, so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Barbatos, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayuri with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think that on days this important she'll try a little harder. I say that, but suddenly I remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should have taken a little responsibility for her, Barbatos. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kinda left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we are a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so... Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Wait a minute. My game file's probably messed up. Oh, happy thoughts. Oh. I cannot bring it to the window. That's recording right now because as I said, Game DVR lets me exit the active window without stopping the recording. But that doesn't mean that the other windows can be visible when I left the active window. So I'm gonna put it up. I may have put up as I found out the file has been entered into my game. But yeah, I'm gonna put up the photo just so you can see what I saw. None of the characters have been mucked up yet, and my recording hasn't mucked up yet. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason, I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, don't you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets and laid it out onto the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they are... Sorry, that may sound terrible. I touched my mic. From the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. is the one I haven't read before. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. That's creepy. I'm sorry I'm popping back and forth to my game files. And I probably should close up in front view. Ah! This... Oh, I thought the recording might up there. I didn't set... Okay. Technology stuff, not the actual game stuff. Sorry. Technology stuff. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Barbatos? What's wrong? Ah, nothing. Why didn't you tell? The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... Ah, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simplest gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday things will be the same as they have always been. That's all she needs and what I wanted to give her. I reached Sayori's house and knocked the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That is really something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. That's my knocking, by the way. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't have to enter her room like this. Isn't it a kind of breach of privacy? My heart is pounding right now. I can hear it. But she really leaves me no choice. I gently opened the door. Sayori! Sayori! Oh my god. An exception has occurred. File game script dossier see traceback text for details. Traceback.txt. I'm sorry, but an uncaught exception occurred. While running game code blank blank blank. That's long code that I don't want to read. Hold on a sec. I'll restart oh geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec. I can probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This will be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Ah, well, here goes nothing. Sayori's actually gone. Sayori's actually gone. I am not gonna risk my recording just to open up my snipper to let you see what I saw. Why, Sayori? What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. I'm clicking, by the way, sorry. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit just yesterday. I told Sayori I will be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care for her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spend more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. My first girlfriend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I could do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life was worth more than hers, but I still couldn't do what she needed from me, and now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. Oh, this is the end? I can fully bet the voice saying Doki Doki is actually Sayori. And now Sayori is just broken texture because she doesn't exist. Oh. Now I can't juggle around with my files. Well, it's alright, I can just skip the text. I can just unzip a whole new game and do the entire game all over again just to juggle through the endings, but whatever. I think it's Gengu over here. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any kind of attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Blank, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, that kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk each other to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and now do the friend of the crossroad and let Blank catch up to me. The game is actually broken itself. And back to square one. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I've always told myself it's about time I met some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there will be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I knew it. After I packed up my things, I stared blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. I was actually devastated about Sayori's death. I'm just going through this text like I don't care because, well, it had to be done. I had to go through the scenarios and texts. Clubs. They aren't really that interesting to me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Where's my freaking... I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Barbatos? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other very well. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. I know I should mention it at the start of the series, but I'm gonna unzip a whole new game. A whole new game when the game is irreversible. So yeah. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in for anyway? Oh, I just been looking around for some supplies used for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? For markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing around the budget and publicity on how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And yeah, I did hint at Monica being a puppet master around the cast. Yeah, so I know Monica is pulling the strings behind Sayori's death and all, and deleting my files and all, but yeah. In that case, what club do you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica said she? Hey, Barbatos, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Ah, I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me very happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Barbatos, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly followed Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyways, welcome to the club, Barbatos. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think that she's probably the first year. And repetitive text. Wait a minute, skip. Can't I skip this? Anyway, this is Natsuki, and energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Sayori was the vice president. But now Sayori doesn't exist in this universe. Fucking choking. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Barbatos in the classroom and he decided to come and check the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry, I did forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come and sit down, Barbatos? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens up the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you really didn't plan on coming here, but We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised that there aren't any more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. And... I don't know. My mind is still messed up from Sayori's death. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate, right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup. Well, I'm gonna finish the prologue and I'm gonna end the episode because, well, I think a new file would be better for me to head for the different endings. Because, well, this game is obviously messed up already. This copy of the game, so I'm gonna unzip another copy and I'm gonna go for the other endings. Because, well, the worst has been experienced. I lost my girlfriend, and yeah, the creepy stuff is happening. So I'm probably gonna unzip another copy of the game and prepare for the endings, because I don't want to have to sit here for like 2 hours just to try and get the endings. So yeah. You keep the whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. You're just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I get to enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Barbatos, what things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say that out loud! And give that back!
Fine. Natsuki, You write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive, and I think that sounds terrible because I hit the mic again. Why don't you share them sometime?
No,
Natsuki averts her eyes.
you wouldn't like them.
Not the very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess this is the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we will all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree with us as well, Barbatos? Hold on, there's still one problem.
What is that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. All my save files are all gone. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All three girls still stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Barbatos. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Barbatos?
Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really left after all this, I would be super pissed.
Barbatos, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. And I should probably dim down my volume because something scary may happen. Monica looks over to me once more. Barbatos, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I be really happy to spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps love is like a resting place. I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess let's start with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes, please. Or volume 0. Stare at the dot to reveal a special message. I didn't dare. I didn't dare. Okay, so I think if I continue on this save file, I would go for Yuri. So that is where I'll end up this episode. This episode is devastating. I almost had a girlfriend in this game, and she's dead. She doesn't even exist. Too bad. Well, I guess I'll end up the episode off here. I'll probably go through the save file for just 1 or 2 more episodes. So look forward to that, and after those episodes, I'm gonna start juggling around with my possibilities and getting like the best ending there is to offer in this game. So yeah, I will see you guys next time.